Hey guys, weather expert here, bringing us also a little weather update, a severe weather update really. This is more of a severe weather kind of event. We're not doing winter weather in this video, we're not doing tropical weather in this video. We're just focused on the severe weather because what I'm seeing the models is not a good sign for a November type of pattern. Because November's the second season, people just don't realize it. It's fall, no more tornadoes really. If we do, it's going to be pretty weak. I've seen some pretty strong tornadoes in November because I live in Illinois, and the Washington, Illinois tornado in November in 2013 was absolutely it was unprecedented how close it was to an EF5 in November. And we're starting to see some similarities between this. And I've seen this from a person that he's not saying it's similar, but he's saying it's kind of like the almost not the exact same time frame, but it's getting towards that time when we should be monitoring these systems, and they are similar in some ways. So we have a trough right here. You guys can see that pretty well on the visible side. You can see it better on the water vapor. However, I do not have the time to look at the water vapor right now because I don't know why I didn't put it in. But you guys can see that it is absolutely, you can see it's pretty potent over here with some cold air over here. It could be funneling in with a trough to the south. It's going to be moving south over the next couple days. It'll be moving out over the next, in about 3 or 4 days, and then it's going to be moving northeast. Now, the exact placement is crucial. If it sits over here, we're going to see severe weather event, severe weather outbreak over here. I'm just saying this. There's about, right now, a 60 to 70% chance this could be a severe weather outbreak. Now, there's a 30% chance that might not happen, a 40% chance maybe. So right now, we're going to be going over to one of my favorite real-time products, and that's can't even load. It's not loading. All right, let's just go to the my Twitter. I've been showing this. The amount of wind shear the GFS has next Wednesday looks to be over 120 knots plus. That's from jet stream winds, and this thing only goes 120. This thing is probably 130, 140 knots probably. That's pretty strong. I mean, look at this. Look at the helicity values on this. I mean, they're absolutely strong. They're purple. I mean, they're not the strongest, but I mean, they're pretty darn strong if this thing can load. Right here, look at this. This is purple. This is about 300 to 350 on the helicity scale. That is pretty darn strong to me. And the SPC has even labeled this area, and I think I'd screwed to the north a little bit. But look at the European from last night's run, from this morning's run. The low-level jet is freaking like 70 knots. That's absolutely insane. And then this is from last night. You guys see that there's no change really. It's just the same, kind of setup really. So let's go to, oh, we can't go, darn it, we have to type it in. This Internet Explorer is being really weird lately. So let's go to our, let's go to the high resolution models. Weather Bell is pretty awesome. Here's our 500 gigapotential height anomalies. Here's a trough right here. Here's 24 hours. It's kind of digging into the south. It's digging into the west. We go 48 hours out. It starts to amplify because of these two high pressure systems. It's going to pretty much create really just that, like a little box. It's going to strengthen kind of like that. And plus there's going to be a lot of moisture around here that's going to make it amplify. And then we go 72 hours, and then we start seeing this thing kind of meandering a little bit, but then it starts getting picked up, and then wham, it starts traveling. Go 96 hours out, and we start seeing a favorable severe weather setup. We have winds, and this thing's getting close to being almost negatively tilted. I mean, look at this. This thing's kind of getting close to negatively tilted. You can see the axis is kind of like this, and look how tight these isobars are. That's how strong the winds are. Let's go to the 2 PVU pressure. Look at that. That is absolutely pretty darn strong to me. And we go 850 millibar. This thing is absolutely insane. I mean, look at this. Look how strong this is. I mean, the GFS that's showing is pretty darn strong. And if we look at the 820, and it's it's not cold. It's pretty warm. Just saying that right now, guys. It's not going to be cold, like that, but that's 850 temperatures, really, 850 millibar temperatures. Let's go to another model site. Let's go to O weather data. Now, what O weather data lets you do is, it's fastest at pretty much, loading model data, I think. So let's go to 102 hours out from now, and we're starting to see this thing amplify extremely well. I mean, it takes a little while, but look at this. We have a low pressure system starting to develop. We start seeing some increasing wind shear, increasing winds at the 500 millibar levels. That's pretty darn strong. The wind axis is not the most, but right here is where you want, if there's a tornado outbreak. And and bamchase.net is a pretty cool website. And this is a severe weather. This is a tornado outbreak kind of setup right here. You got a low level jet, which I'll show you right now. Right here. Here's 850 millibars. Look at this. I mean, this is look at this. Look at this. 65, 70 knot, 80, almost pushing 80 knot low level jet. That is strong. And accompanied with 120, 130 knot. This could be a very serious situation if it happens this way. Now, a lot of things can change from now until tomorrow, so I'd just be paying attention just to my Twitter page, really, for looking at the latest updates. And then we look at the European. Let's go to the European. Let's see how different it is. Look, it's exactly the same, really. I mean, I'm gonna go to wind barbs. Actually, let's do this. Let's go to this. Right here. Look at that. It's pretty much the same. I mean, it's showing, a little pressure a little bit further west, but it's still showing some strong anomalies over here. It's a classic cold front setup, warm front over here, classic where you're going to get in here where the worst severe weather is. So I'd be paying attention if you live in Chicago, St. Louis, even Memphis, Nashville. I mean, a lot of these cities could get hit, even Little Rock probably. And the SPC has outlined this 5 days out, so you know it's something to watch. And I've seen these weather events before. 2013, I've said this already. It was completely an unbelievable year. And let's go to, wow. Okay, we're going to type this in real time. It's really stupid how stupid the Internet Explorer is doing right now. But we gotta look at this first before we go. So let's go over here. We gotta go to our settings. We don't want to look at that. We want to look at the 250. I think is a good. 500 is a good one. Come on! Why do you have to do this in a video? No. Oh my gosh, this thing sucks. Oh my. Okay, it's rebooting. All right, that's fine. All right, the Internet Explorer is being really stupid lately. Okay, right here. Right here is a perfect example what you want to see for severe weather. Now, your severe weather lovers, I don't know why I keep slurring my words. Just because I haven't had a severe weather event since really April 9th, really. That's the only severe weather event that actually potent. This one looks pretty darn strong trough right now with a lot of these troughs, and you got a high pressure over here. Actually, yeah, high pressure right here, yeah. So it's going to be pretty darn interesting to see what happens over here. I would just be paying attention right now. When it gets about 3 days out, then that's when we start paying attention really closely. And the Weather Channel has been even focusing on this too. And I'm just saying this right now. You live in Illinois, Missouri, Indiana, Michigan, even Ohio's pushing it. Tennessee, Kentucky. I would be monitoring this very closely, and stay tuned to my Twitter page. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.